Hello! Welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am going to be revealing the shows that I will be watching during the fall anime season. Okay, so there's going to be a little change for this season. I've pretty much already selected what I want to watch. But whether they stay on is going to be determined by a certain thing. I'll get into it later after I reveal everything, but just letting you know that there's going to be a change with whether I continue to watch a show or not. I've already given a post about it on the YouTube community page for the channel, and I announced it on the Discord, so if you're on either of those two, then you already know what I'm talking about. So for everybody else, you'll be hearing about this for the first time. Anyway, there was a lot of stuff coming out in the fall anime season. Some of it I want to watch, but can't because I hadn't finished certain seasons or anything like that. So, Sword Art Online, Shokugeki no Soma, and Psycho Pass Season 3, not watching. Because I have not watched any Shokugeki no Soma. Sword Art, I didn't even finish the second season. And Psycho Pass, for those who have been with us since the beginning, you know Belle and I were watching Psycho Pass and ended up stopping, I believe, at episode 6 of Season 2. So, until we finish that, I'm not going to watch the third season. This goes for any other sequels. So, like Chihayafuru Season 3, Grand Blue Fantasy Season 2, Kono Oto Tomare second season, Radiant second season, Fairygon. You know, all of those off the table because I hadn't watched them. Radiant I started watching, but put on hold because I got too far behind. So once I finish that one, I'll pick up the second season. We'll get into that later. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of good stuff coming out this season. I have 13 shows selected, and I'm sure a lot of you are thinking you're having difficulty keeping up with the shows from this season, and you had 14, so, you know, why are you going to keep the same amount? Get into that later when I discuss the change. So, what am I watching this season? And we'll go through the synopsis on my anime list for some of these, so that for those who don't know what they're about, we at least learn what they're about here. Okay, so first I got Ahiru no Sora, as you can tell, basketball anime. I have not really watched any basketball anime. That includes Kuroko no Basket and, God, what was that other one? That was from like the 90s or early 2000s. Slam Dunk. I hadn't watched either of those. So, this one. The synopsis for this is: a stout, weak, yet highly passionate Sora Kurumatani enters Kuzuryu High School with hopes that he'll fulfill his mother's wishes to dominate his first high school tournament. However, the basketball club turned den for delinquents does anything but play basketball. Its club members Momoharu Hanazono, a skilled blocker who can do power jumps but is horrible at shooting, and his twin brother Chiaki, a talented point guard, has also lost interest in the sport. With just one game overwhelmed with adrenaline rush and excitement, and Sora's pure love for the game, the youth's burning out spirit for basketball rekindles. So, basketball anime, sports. I don't know who's who in this image. It looks like these two are the twins, or the brothers or something, I don't know. I could be mistaken. Maybe this is one of the brothers, and I don't know. I hadn't read the manga or anything. So, yeah. Seeing as how I had not watched any basketball anime, I figured I'd give it a shot. We'll see how it is. And, yeah. Hopefully it's good. Because so far the sports anime I have picked up have been pretty good. Next, we got Asura Lane. For those who know, this is based off of the mobile game of the same name. Let me see, the synopsis says, grotesque strong enemy called Siren have suddenly appeared from the sea. In order to fight against them, a group of Army Asura Lane has been formed. They were successful in stopping the attack from Siren for a moment using warships. The different ideals from the people who formed it has shown. Whoever translated this did not do a very good job. The story is about girls fighting strong enemies that they never faced while dealing with trouble in each camp. Yeah, apparently whoever did this just went to Google Translate and copied and pasted, because that was a horrible synopsis. But I guess basically a powerful enemy showed up and they formed this huge organization or whatever to fight against them, an army. Basically it seems like Kantai Collection. Only this seems to be getting more attention now. I'm pretty sure Kantai Collection is still pretty popular, but this seems to be picking up steam. I have the game on my phone, but I have not played it yet. I know they had an event with Kizuna Ai. I was going to go into there and start playing it just so I can get her, but I ended up not doing it because I was too busy playing Bang Dream. Anyway, it seems interesting, so I'm checking it out. We'll see how it goes. Alright, next we have Beastars, which seems like the anime version of Zootopia. I really like Zootopia, actually. I think it's a really good movie. Anyway, it says, in a world populated by anthropomorphic animals, herbivores and carnivores coexist with each other. For the adolescences of Sheraton Academy, school life is filled with hope, romance, distrust, and uneasiness. The main character is Rigoshi the Wolf, a member of the drama club. Despite his menacing appearance, he has a very gentle heart. Sounds very tropish, based off of other anime. Throughout most of his life, he has always been an object of fear and hatred by other animals, and he's been quite accustomed to that lifestyle. But soon he finds himself becoming more involved with his fellow classmates who have their own share of insecurities, and finds his life in school changing slowly. So definitely has a bit of a Zootopia feel to it. Although the role of the wolf would be switched with the fox, who was distrusted because he was a fox, so everybody thought that he was trying to trick them and just get over on them. So, same with the wolf, though, because he's carnivore and he's a hunter, so I could see them being a little cautious, but, whatever. Anyway, based on my, like for Zootopia, I figured I'd give it a shot. I know it's probably not going to be anything really like Zootopia, but who knows? I mean, it does have a rabbit character and a carnivore, so we'll see. But, I don't know. It could be interesting. Anthropomorphic animals trying to act like they're in a drama club and everything, so it could be funny. Yeah, should be fun. Alright, next we got My Hero Academia Season 4. I don't think I need to go into any synopsis for this. I have watched Seasons 1 through 3, so obviously I'm going to do Season 4, as I've been looking forward to it since I found out that it was coming out in the fall season. So it should be fun to watch. Next, oops, wrong one. We have We Never Learn Season 2. I really enjoyed the first season for this. Let me get the synopsis for this. It just says second season of We Never Learn. Okay. Makes sense. Anyway. If you have not seen the first season, it's about the guy right there and he is tutoring these 3 girls. They want to get into a college for subjects that they are not good at. And he is trying to help them get into those colleges because he's trying to get this grant that will help pay for his college, since his family is pretty poor. So he needs all the help he can get to get into college. And he's a really good student, gets really good grades. He's studied really hard to get this opportunity. Now all he has to do is make sure they get into the schools they want to get into, and he gets the grant to get to college. So, yeah. Also, it's a harem. So, a lot of romance tropes and misunderstandings and stuff like that. It's a fun series. It's pretty good. I'm pretty sure it's one of the better harems I've seen recently. So, yeah. Let's see. Next, we got high school prodigies have it easy even in another world. So, isekai show. I think when I first went through this, I was not planning on checking this out. But then I read the English title for it, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I've heard of this show, this series. And because of that, I decided to add it to the list. As for what it's about, it says 7 high school students that got caught in an airplane accident wake up in a middle-aged fantasy world where magic and beastmen exist. But they do not panic at their current situation. They build a nuclear plant in a world without electricity. They control the economy of a large city in a short work trip. And finally, for their benefactors' sake, who are suffering from misgovernment, they declare war on the nobles. So none of them are normal high school students. Each of them are superhuman high school students that stand at the top of politics, economics, science, and medicine. This is a story of a dream team that possess Earth's greatest wisdom and technology that without any self-restraining bring a revolution to a different world with technology. Seems like another situation where somebody went to Google Translate, placed it in there, and then just copied and pasted. Definitely not the best translation, but I think you get the idea of what it's about. All of these people, all of these students are the top of each of these subjects. Doctor, politician, all that, and go to this other world and start making a difference, helping the people with what they know and stuff like that. I figured I'd give it a shot. So far, the only isekai series I haven't really enjoyed has been Isekai Cheat Magician. So hopefully this brings that back on track. Besides, it's a different kind of situation than other isekai shows where people go into another world and then they're super overpowered with their weapons or magic or whatever and just start wrecking people. This seems to deal more with politics and stuff like that. So we'll see how it is. Next, we got Fate Grand Order, Babylonia. I know it's a longer title, but I'm just going to go with Babylonia. For those who play the game, this is taking the story from the 7th Singularity and putting it in anime form. I'm currently playing through that Singularity in the game. I am on section 9, and I checked there's 22 sections, so I got a ways to go. I probably won't finish, or with the way I'm going, because I do stop for a few days to level up some of my servants to make sure they're at a good level. And, ascend to them. I end up stopping for a week or so and doing that, and then going back to the story, and then stopping. So, for all I know, I might not finish the story before this comes out. Now, this says, an adaptation of the 7th Holy Grail War, the absolute front line in the war against the demonic beast Babylonia Singularity of Fate Grand Order. So, yeah. The seventh singularity. The sixth is Camelot, which they are doing, from what I heard, 2 movies for. But that's not coming out until next year. And then before that, we had what? France, Rome, Okeanos, which was the ocean. We had London and the U.S. I've enjoyed all of them, but apparently Babylonia and Camelot are the 2 favorites. So they're the ones that are getting the anime adaptations. I actually wouldn't mind if they just did an entire anime based off of Fate Grand Order, starting from the very beginning and working up till they finish the story. But I don't know. They didn't do that. I'm not going to complain, whatever. So I'm looking forward to this. And can't wait to see how it's animated. So far, it's been okay in the game. I haven't really been doing a whole lot. But I'm pretty sure I'm at a part where it's going to start picking up. So, again, looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Okay, next. High Score Girl Season 2. I really like this show. High Score Girl Season 1 was one of my favorite romance anime in a long time. The OVAs just made it even better. I think it was the 3 episodes that came out a couple months ago. And I think this is supposed to finish the story, right? I don't think it's supposed to go anywhere past this. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe there'll be a 3rd season, but as far as I know, this is going to finish off the story. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Again, it was my favorite romance anime last year, and for however many years since when was the last really good romance anime I liked? I don't know. I guess Kimi ni no Toroke was really good. Mysterious Girlfriend X was okay. It wasn't as good as the manga, but I still enjoyed it. Wouldn't call it one of my favorites though, because they did cut out a lot. And they ended it like halfway through the series. No Dame's Cantabile was okay. I really liked the anime, but I'll have to rewatch it, basically, because there's a lot I don't remember. Maybe I'll do a rewatch reaction for that. I don't know. Because, again, it's been a while. I don't remember all of it. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to this show. Can't wait for it to come out next season. So, next, we got... This is called Hokago Saikoro Club. Basically, as you can tell, high school girls playing board games. When I was in the Bay Area and I was actually able to hang out with my friends and stuff, nowadays I don't really get to do that because we're so far apart now that it's hard for us to get together. Plus, with their work schedule and my work schedule, it's really hard. So, I have a lot of board games. And I don't just mean like Monopoly or the Game of Life or anything like that. I mean, I got like Elder Sign. I have a bunch of deck building games. Mice and Mystics, I think is what it's called. I have... Man, I can't even remember all of them because they're all packed away. Man, I have a lot. I have to go through them again. But I have a lot of them. And so, watching a show about high school girls playing board games should be pretty fun for me. I don't know if they'll throw in real board games, like games that actually exist. Like, I don't know, that kind of looks like Settlers of Catan. I've never actually played the game, but it kind of looks like it. I could be wrong, again. It could be a completely different game. Oh, Pandemic is another one I have. Anyway, it should be interesting. I do like a lot of these types of shows where it's just people having fun and doing something that anybody could be doing. Like, anybody could be out there playing a board game right now with their friends or family. So yeah, I'm going to check it out. As far as what it says, I think I pretty much went through it. Story about girls playing board games after school. Kyoto in spring, Aya is a high school girl who's just moved to a new town. Mickey is her shy classmate and her first friend. One day after school, Aya and Mickey follow the committee president, Midori, to a specialty board game store, the Dice Club. Without thinking, they try out a German board game together. These girls, who are searching for fun, soon fall into the exciting world of games. So, it could be interesting. I think it could be interesting. I don't know how all of you feel about it, but I'm looking forward to it. Next, we got Maramashita Irumakun. I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but it sounded like kind of fun, kind of funny, so I figured I'd give it a shot. This was a late edition. I wasn't going to add it in at first, but decided why not. So the synopsis says Suzuki Iruma has been sold to a demon by his irresponsible parents in exchange for money. I mean, yeah, of course they're gonna want money. Surprisingly, next thing he knows, he is living with the demon and has been transferred into a school in the demon world. Okay. Yeah, high school antics in a demon setting. Could be interesting. I don't know. I believe this is a Shonen Jump series, too. I could be wrong about that as well. Let me take a look at this. It says Bandai Namco Studios, but what about the manga? Trying to find... I don't know. Either way, it could be interesting. I'm just going to give it a chance. See if it's any good. If not, then, you know, whatever. Next, Seven Deadly Sins. I think it's called Wrath of the Gods or something like that. Let me get over here and see this. Yeah, Wrath of the Gods. Okay, so I mentioned last season that I had read the manga up until they started that like fake tournament that Droll, whatever, the really tall giant with the 4 arms and the old fairy prince started. I had made it up to that point, and after that I have no idea what's going to happen. Same with this. I do not know what to expect. These two look like Elizabeth and oh god, what's his name? Meliodas. But they show Meliodas and Elizabeth here, so are they like clones? Doppelgangers? I don't know. I'll have to find out when I watch. But I'm pretty sure the synopsis for this is, yeah, new season of Nanatsu no Taizai. So, guess we'll just have to find out what's going to happen. Unless you've read the manga and you already know what happens. Then I'm going to have to find out what happens. But I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun. I've enjoyed all the seasons so far. Even though I know when I do my reactions, I'm usually pretty quiet. Which I apologize for. I don't know if I'll be talking any more during this one. We'll just have to see. Alright, next we got... Okay. Ore wo suki nano wa omae dakika yo. Which I'm pretty sure I butchered. I do not know the English title for this. But, again, another one that's just, I read the synopsis for, and it seemed interesting, so I added it to the list. Let's see. It says, oh, this is based off a light novel. Okay. Comedy romance school. Kisaragi Amat is invited out alone by the cool beauty upperclassman Cosmos and his childhood friend Himawari. Expecting to hear their confessions, he triumphantly goes to meet each of them in turn. But Cosmos and Himawari both instead confess to Amatsuyu that they like his friend. Amatsuyu fights this lonely battle, but there is another girl who is looking at him. She is a gloomy girl with glasses and braids. Amatsuyu finds that he hates her because she's always turning her sharp tongue only on him and finding enjoyment in his troubles. But it turns out that she's the only one who actually does like him. Alright, so another bad translation, but not nearly as bad as some of the other, like the other two that we had bad translations for. You actually got kind of a good idea of what this was about. So obviously the girl in the center is this girl that really likes him. Well, the other two, I don't know which is which, are the two girls who like his friend. So I guess it's about him and this other girl in the center forming a relationship. Again, it could be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen during this series. I have not read any light novels at all, except for Vampire Hunter D. I'm pretty sure that is a light novel. I've read a lot of Vampire Hunter D. Not all of it, but a lot of it. But yeah, this seems like fun, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Okay, so is that the last one, or... Nope, okay, we got this one. I believe it's titled, Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life, or Next World, or something like that. I had also heard of this one. I'd seen, like, the manga on Right Stuff, and was actually thinking of maybe trying it out and reading it. And then they made an anime for it, so now I'm just going to watch this, and if I do really like it, then I'll probably start buying the manga. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to cut out a lot of stuff. Oh, it's a light novel. Pretty sure they made a manga for this as well, though. You know how they do that. They do the light novel, then they do a manga, and whatever. Who knows? If it is just a light novel, maybe I'll give it a shot and read the light novel. Anyway, it says, when the eldest daughter of the Astrum household, Adele, I'm pretty sure I said that name wrong, not Adele, but Astrum, turned 10, she remembered everything from her past life when she was hit with a strong headache. She was Kurihara Misato in her previous life, who died when she was 18 trying to help a little girl, consequently followed by an encounter with God. During their meeting, she pleaded to lead an average life with average skills. After all, her somewhat capable self has been burdened with all the expectations brought up to her. However, things don't just go quite as planned, as she has to be careful not upping to the S ranks accidentally if she wishes to maintain her desired average life. So, she goes to this other world, and... well, okay, she dies, is in front of God, and I guess he tells her he can resurrect her in another world, and she says to make sure that her abilities are just average. She doesn't want to be... she doesn't want to stand out. She wants to leave a normal life. And I guess, despite that, she still ended up with amazing abilities. And is trying to tone them down to make sure that she just stays average. It seems funny. So, yeah, I decided to check it out. Plus, again, I've seen stuff for it on Right Stuff, and was thinking of buying it, so this will give me an idea of whether I should or not. And again, I'm pretty sure they're going to cut out a few things here and there. So, if I do really like it, I might start getting the light novels or the manga, whichever is out. I'm pretty sure both will be out, if there is a manga. And start reading it. So, I believe that's the last one. Yeah, that was the last one. Okay. So, 13 shows. No, I know that I had 14 this season, and I fell behind on a few of them. Dr. Stone, Fire Force, Vinland Saga after the first week, and I've fallen behind on Fruits Basket. I still plan on watching all of them. I'm catching up slowly. But I am going to continue. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, there's going to be a change with how I decide what shows stay on the channel. Like which ones I'm going to continue reacting to. Okay. So I'd noticed during a lot of my videos from this season, last season, even the season before that, that most of my videos usually don't reach at least 50 views. Like some of them will only get like 10 or 20. Some of them didn't even make the double digits. So what I'm going to do is, for all of these shows, doesn't matter what show it is, I'm going to give them 3 weeks, and if for the majority of those 3 weeks they reach 50 views or more, I will keep watching it. But if they fall below 50 views, then I'm going to drop it. It just seems like a waste of my time to keep doing shows that nobody's watching. I mean, I might be enjoying them, and the people that actually come in to watch those shows might really enjoy them. But again, it just seems like a waste. I usually do not get to react to anything until I get home from work, which is usually around 9 p.m. And then I spend a little time with my grandmother because she's here at the house by herself all day. So I at least spend an hour, hour and a half with her, so I don't actually get to my room till like 10:30. Don't actually start reacting to anything till like 11. And depending on what kind of day it is, like Fridays this season, I had like 6 or 7 shows, which I split into Friday and Saturday so that it wasn't such a big workload. But even still, with the time that I start recording and to the time that I finish recording, converting the video, edit the video, and then let it render for the night, it's usually between 2:30 to 3 in the morning, and I have to be up for work by like 7:20, so I'm getting like 3 hours. That's because usually when I'm trying to go to sleep, I end up not going to sleep like right away, so I'm just like lying there. And because of that, I wake up tired. I have almost a 2-hour drive to go to work, where I am pretty much falling asleep as I'm driving down the road. So in order to try to avoid all that and not die, I decided to do this where if the series does not reach 50 views for 2 out of the 3 weeks that I do the first few episodes, then it's just going to get dropped. I see a lot of these being dropped. The only ones that I can kind of see potentially staying on is Fate Grand Order, My Hero Academia, and maybe 7 Deadly Sins. That's it. out of everything that I'm probably going to watch. And I'm not even sure about Seven Deadly Sins, because I'm pretty sure the second season fell below 50 views each episode. So it might only be 2. It really depends. But like I said, any show for the first 3 weeks, if they fall below 50 views, and then if it does make the 50 views in the 3 weeks and I continue, if I notice that viewership starts going down like steadily for like another few weeks, then I'll still drop it. Because again, there's no point in watching it if nobody's watching it. Well, there's no point doing a reaction for it if nobody's watching it. So yeah. A positive about this is if a lot of these shows end up getting dropped, it'll give me the opportunity to pick up some of the shows that I still need to do. Like I still need to finish. So Yuri Yuri Season 3, my teen romantic comedy Snafu Season 2, finish Kaiji Season 1, finish Monster, probably even pick up Radiant again, Bloom Into You again, you know, just do other shows that I know some of you probably want me to get to, but I haven't been able to because I have a huge workload. So, while I don't want to drop that many shows, it will end up being a good thing if it happens. For all I know, maybe half of these will stay. And for all I know, maybe one will stay. So that's what's going to be happening starting next season. I'm going to finish everything from this season. So I got to catch up to Fire Force, I got to catch up to Dr. Stone, Fruits Basket, and Vinland Saga. I dropped Isekai Cheat Magician, so don't have to worry about that coming out anymore if you've been wondering where the reactions for that is. Oh, Joshikase no Murazukai I got to catch up to as well. I haven't dropped that. I got to catch up to that as well. I think there's like 4 episodes I need to do. But I will watch all of them. It's very slowly catching up, but I will catch up. But that's it. I know this ended up being a long video, and I had somebody complain last time about the length of these videos, but I'm going to do these videos as long as I feel like I need to. I know a lot of the people that go and do a video like this, they just go, okay, I'm watching this, and this. If you have any recommendations, let me know, and then they end the video. I'd rather give you all like an explanation of what the series is about and stuff like that, and give you a reason as to why I decided to watch it. So yeah, those are the 13 shows. We'll see how many of them stay after the first few weeks, and depending on how many actually drop, we'll see which show that I still have to finish I add to the workload. It'll most likely be Kaiji again because I gotta finish that one. I stopped halfway through the first season, so yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button so you get updates on our releases. Check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for anything else we decide to post, and check out our Discord where you can chat with me or anyone else. It's also a good place to go to see if there are any updates to the channel. So until next time, bye.